Do you see the whiteboard? Good. Okay, let's start, guys. The first question is, number 1. 2 parentheses, x minus 3 plus 5 equal 10. Okay, there is a literal equation, basic literal equation. Well, literal equation involve several variables, but in this case, only one variable. Okay. This is like a review. Okay, so what should I do? Well, you remove the parentheses, solve for x. No, solve for x. You have semicolon x. That means it's solve for x. You apply distributive property. 2x minus 6 plus 5 equal 10. We combine later 2x minus 1. Okay, and here, well, I am here. Equal 10. Now, 2x is hard to follow you. Why? My internet is strong. My internet is good. Two x is equal to 10 plus 1. Because the connection is really bad. Okay. Try to do your best. And remember, after that, I posted the video en YouTube, ¿no? Entonces, 2x equal 11 divided by 2, both sides, x equal 11 over 2. Okay, that is the final answer for the question number 1. Any question? Okay, this is the review for the test. This is the review package. For test number 2. Okay. Question number 2. Okay, I need to hear another opinion. The rest of the students see the
Yes, I do.
Okay, super. The rest is okay. English say yes, okay. You know, unfortunately, this is the situation for the online class.
It's been raining in some areas.
I know. Actually, in the class I teach in previous this class, I need to switch into another place. No internet connection. It's because the raining and my office sound too hard. But I go to the inside the house to say I try to do one class, one part of the class, and after switching this. But the time now, at least in Homestead, I live in Homestead, it's good now. It's nice. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is 2 plus 3 parentheses x minus 5 equal 15. Again, distributive property. Allow me eliminate parentheses. 3x minus 15 equal 15. We combine, okay, 3x minus 13. Where I come from 13, 15, negative 15, and 2 together, negative 13. Now 3x is equal 15 plus 13. 3x is equal 28, no? Divided by 3, x is equal 28 over 3. Everyone follow me? Everyone understand very well this, no? This is super straightforward, super easy. Okay, remember that part, the first part in the test is the literal equation. So this is part of the literal. Natasha Rodriguez, okay, yes. Okay, Natasha. Okay, number 3. is 4z plus 2 minus 3c plus 5. Equal sign 3 plus c plus 4. Remember, equal sign is extremely important. Without equal sign is no equation. Okay, equal sign is the symbol to indicate that this is the equation, and the action that you should do is solve for C. Okay, we combine later. This is later. 4 minus 3z, only one. When the coefficient is positive 1, it's invisible. And 2 and 5 together is 7. Okay, that was the manipulation of the left-hand side. The manipulation of the right-hand side is C, stay the same. And 3 plus 4 is 7. Wow, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? What do you think? About this ugly, crazy equation? What do you think? No idea?
I have 7
Okay.
equals to 7.
7 equal to 7.
It's true.
Oh no.
It's true.
It's true. So what mean that?
Multiple forms.
What, say again?
It's there are multiple.
Yeah. This is the idea. Infinity many solution. Infinity many. All okay. Okay, suppose que you don't realize in that moment this situation, but it's obvious because these are complete identity. Okay, entonces you continue manipulation, no? C plus 7. Or no C plus 7. You try to move C to the left, maybe. So I bring down this. I move this C to the left, like a minus C. And this 7 stay here. And this 7 I move to the other side. So this is 0. Wow, equal to 0. When you try to solve in the equation, but we cannot, and you get true statement, that means we have infinity many solutions. This is one dimension. To say one dimension is from negative infinity to positive infinity, something like that. In English, you can say all real number a solution. All real number a solution. Remember, we have in algebra 3 kinds of equation. The equation, so the 99% of the equation is something like that. This is like a standard in which you have one solution. However, we have another non-standard, okay, we have infinity many solution or no solution. How do you know que es no solution or infinity many solution? When you get true statement like that, it's infinity many solution or real number. When you get the contradiction, suppose you get 7 equal 4, okay, completely false, that means it's no solution. So you need to be aware when you solve the equation, the majority of the equation have one solution, say linear, of course. But we have another case in which you have no solution or infinity many solution when it's identity.
Professor, can you please zoom out problem number 4?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, number three. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, problem number 3, yes.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's move on to the number 4 now. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is 2y minus 9 over 10 plus 3/2 equal y. Wow. One of the only complications we have this is fraction, no? Entonces, the fantastic way to eliminate the fraction always, we studied before, que is multiplied by everything, the entire equation, by the least common denominator, and between 10 and 2, ¿no? Que es the only number that we have in the denominator. In the denominator, I can see that we have 10 and 2. And the least common denominator is obvious que es 10, right? Es obvio que es 10. If you multiply by 10, whole thing by 10, when you multiply 10 times the first one, it's obvious that 10 is cancelled and stay alive to y minus 9 plus 10 times 3 half is 15, no? Where come from 15? Well, you multiply 10 times 3 is 30, divided by 2 15, or you divide 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 5 times 3 is 15. Either way, equal 10 times y is 10y. And magically happen that we have no fraction anymore. Okay, this equation is perfectly equivalent to the original. Well, the only thing is different. The original contains fraction and the new one, no. But it's equivalent and the solution is the same. Okay, let me try. Well, we combine like turn to y, bring down, this is 6, no? 15 minus 9. Okay, now I try to move to y to the right-hand side. We combine, it's ay, and finally divided by a, both sides. We continue here, y is equal 6 over 8, but much better, reduce it in lower term, because 6 is like a 6 is 2 and 3, and a is 2 and 4, okay, actually it's 2 and 2, that we mentally we replace 6 by 2 and 3, and a is 2 times 2 times 2, and you can see at least 1, 2 is possible, cancel out. And the answer is 3 over 4, no? 3 over 4. Guys, I don't care this part. This I did manually here, but we can use in the calculator, no? You put in the calculator and the TX30, you put 6 fraction a, you press enter, automatically you receive this answer. Okay?
Professor, how did you get 15? 15 equals 10y.
Okay. You multiply. You are Giancarlo, no? What is your name?
Professor. Rocky.
Okay, Rocky. Look at that, Rocky. I multiply 2y minus 9 over 10, multiply by 10. You understand that this 10 is cancelled, and stay alive, 2y minus 9. You follow me?
So that 10, that cancel out, you put 10 outside the parentheses?
The 10 outside the parentheses cancel out with the 10 inside the parentheses. Likewise, 3 half times 10 is 15. You understand this or no? 10 multiplication by 3 is 30, divided by 2, 15. That is the reason I copy 15. And 10 times y, 10y. Boom, boom. And this is my new equation. Okay, so nobody, you can, if you want, manipulate the equation using the fraction. But it's a bad idea. You immediately, when you face one equation that contains fraction, you clear the fraction, multiply the entire equation by the least common denominator. And the least common denominator is 10. Okay?
Oh, so even if we cancel the 2 10s out, we still...
You cancel what?
Even if I cancel the 10s out, we still have to multiply 3 and divide by 2 and multiply with 10?
Yes, of course, yeah. Okay, another way to see, so for example, 3 half times 10. One possibility of multiplication is 30 over 2, 15. Or another possibility is you divide 3, 10 over 2. So you take this and this separately. Fi. And the answer is the same, 15. 15, 1, 5. This is your question, mister, or no?
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. This is just arithmetic, and you can use the calculator if you want. in any arithmetic part. You put it like a fraction. Okay. That's the number 4. Any question number 4, guys? Everyone follow me? Clear?
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Why wasn't 9 multiplied by 10? And the 2y minus 9.
Okay, this is a good question. Because, let me take advantage. Least common denominator and between 10 and 2, okay, 10 and 2 are the number in the denominator. Do you see 10 and 2? It's 10. It's equal to 10. Let me try to take advantage this moment to explain the idea for the least common denominator. Look, to find the least common denominator, there are many ways to do that. However, the easy way is you take 10 and 2 and break it down in primary factorization, 2 and 5. And 2 is a primary, stay the same. And what is the rule? What is the rule for finding least common denominator? The rule is you take every factor, but when you have repetition, in this case 2 is repeated, you take only one time. So don't forget every factor. What is the factor involved in our problem? Well, in our problem is 2 and 5. 2 and 5. You take 2 and you take 5. But how many 2? You take only 1, because it's the least common. Okay? Es obvio que common maybe is 20, so you take everything, but it's not the least common denominator. Okay? More clear now?
Yeah.
Very well. This is confusing. I know. I understand. But I promise in next chapter, I want to explain in detail this common denominator and greater common factor that we need every day. Okay, let's move on to number 5 question. Number 5 is typical literal equation. Capital P is equal to L plus 2W, no? And you need to solve for W. Solve for W. I need to do something. So you consider that the rest of the variable are like a number, because my interesting variable is W. I need to do something in order to isolate W. So, and now I bring down P and subtract into L. And finally divide by 2. Now P minus 2L over 2 is equal to W. You can leave it like that. You can leave it like that. You can separate, you can, but okay, it's no, in my opinion, it's not good. You can separate, split this common denominator like that, P over 2 minus 2L over 2 is equal to W, and P over 2 minus these 2 is cancelled, L equal to W. And this is the perfect answer. However, I like this answer. I don't know why. There are no specific reason. I suppose it's more elegant. This is just aesthetic part only. Any question? And the test, you see 3 questions about literal equation. Pero no big deal, super easy.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do we need to flip like the y?
Why? There are no why here. And what number you say?
Oh, sorry, Professor. W, sorry.
W,
Sorry. So we need to flip like
you solve for y. The question, the initial question say, solve for y. Okay, entonces the manipulation you should do is do something in order to isolate W. Okay? And the thing that we're doing, you understand or you don't understand?
Yes, I did, Professor. I just want to know if we need to flip like we put like double, like equal P, or we can
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Professor, can I please see problem number 4, please?
Again?
I want to take a picture of problem number 4.
But I delete, no?
I can send
Oh,
you.
that's okay, no problem.
No. So you want, I redo again for you.
No, that's okay, Professor.
He's
I understood.
recording.
I just wanted.
It's recording.
It's recording, yeah. English say it's recording, and the video you can see again.
Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna send in the group. Don't worry.
Entonces, Noela, when you have equation, when you have 5 equal 5, you can interchange, or 5 equal, I don't know, W. You put W equal 5. Because it's equal. Ah, si es inequality, no. Si es inequality, no. But the equation, yes, is completely interchangeable. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Professor.
No problem. Number 6. Number 6 is the classical equation for the linear equation that you are very, very familiar. Okay. Okay, this is look like similar to the y equal mx plus b, no? When it be a phi, mx to third. Okay, but it is not important now. The important thing is that they want that you solve for x, semicolon x. So you need to do something in order to isolate this guy. Stay alone, isolate x. In my opinion, you're subtracting 5 first. Now, you can do several things. You multiply by 3 in order to eliminate the fraction and divide by 2. But in my opinion, it's super better multiply by reciprocal on both sides. Because I know this fact, any number multiplied by its reciprocal, the answer is 1. So you take advantage. This is just x. Because 2/3 times 3/2 is like a 6/6, que es 1. And it's a classical. You multiply any number times its reciprocal, que es flipped, and the answer is +1. And +1 is invisible. +1 is invisible. I don't want to put 1. Everyone understand very well. And the rest is 3/2 parenthesis y minus 5. You can leave it like that? You can. We can multiplication? You can. Either way, if you stay in the test, it's perfect. Suppose, let's do it. You multiply in order to remove the parenthesis because I don't lie. Okay, no problem. I understand. It's a 3/2 y, que es the multiplication, this times this, and multiplication this and this is minus 15/2, no? Because 3 times 5 and denominator 1 is 2 equal x. It's one possibility to express the same idea. One possibility to express the same idea. Any question, right? Wow. Little by little, you improve. I suppose everyone get good grade in the second test. Second test is extremely more complicated than the first one. And the first one, a lot of people fail. However, in the second, no, the people get good grade. Okay, don't worry for my help. I offer my help anytime. And this weekend, nobody, well, I suppose que es Valentine, no? Entonces, the people enjoy Valentine. Okay. I respect that. Oh, no, yes.
Professor, can you zoom out, please?
Yes. Okay, too much. Okay. Try to review again. Any figure you don't understand, I
Thank
think.
you.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to 7. 7 question. 7 is literal equation also. Good. Hello. Yes, Ingrid. Number 7. But you fighting, you struggling. This is important in the university and college. As you are passive. I don't understand anything. No, you're fighting anytime. Okay, entonces, this is the formula about the volume of the cone, but I don't care. This is pi, the mathematical constant, r squared h. And you solve for h, semicolon h. So you do something in order to isolate the h, stay alone here. I need to eliminate the rest. Somehow remove. Well, this is a fraction. This is the fraction you multiplication by. Okay. In this case, my opinion, you can do in only step. Look at that. 1/3 pi r squared h. I want to isolate h, and the rest you find the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal? 1/3, 3. What is the reciprocal pi? 1/pi. And what is the reciprocal of r squared? R squared. That you create a reciprocal, que the reciprocal is formed by flipped 1/3 is 3, and pi. What is the reciprocal pi? 1/pi. And what is the reciprocal r squared? Is 1/r squared. And for sure, when you multiply this, the answer is 1. But you are doing in both sides in order to doesn't affect the original equation. The 3 here and pi r squared. Okay, entonces magically happen 3 pi, 3 volume b, pi r squared is equal h, because this and this is reciprocal, and the multiplication, the reciprocal is 1, and 1 is invisible multiplier. And this is my beautiful final answer. Do you understand this, or do you want I do for you in another way? Because you can do step by step. You eliminate 1/3, you eliminate pi, you eliminate r squared in several steps, but I consider it useless. Okay, you eliminate everything in one shot, and that's it. It's very complicated or it's easy? Guys, help me.
Professor, do you have another way to do it?
Of course, absolutely. Absolutely. Look at that. Another way is volume is equal 1/3 pi r squared h. Suppose I make a decision to eliminate this guy first. You multiply by 3 here and here. And we have 3b is equal. Yeah, I know que 1/3 times 3 is 1. Pi r squared h. I delete this 1/3. Now, suppose que I eliminate pi. Divided by pi. Both sides. 3b over pi equal r squared h. Finally, remember my goal is solve for what? For h. Divided by r squared both sides. R squared divided by r squared. Entonces 3b over r squared pi. O pi r squared. Doesn't matter the order, eh? It's h. Maybe the confusing part here is 3b over pi divided by r squared. So you consider que r squared, this part in the denominator, the denominator of the denominator is 1. And when you divide to fraction, you copy the first exactly the same and flip it the second. And now finally multiplication, 3b over pi r squared. Pero no. Okay, this is, no, I don't know. I don't like this way. I like this way. You see what part you need to remove because it's a multiplier. So for example, okay, look at that. How you solve this elementary equation? 2x equals 4. Divided by 2. How you solve this elementary equation? 1/2 x equals 4. Bueno, you multiply by reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 1/2? 2. 2 over 1. 2 over 1. So x equals 8, because 4 times 2 is 8, over 1 is 8. How you solve this elementary equation? 3/4. X equals 12. Oh, not 12, too much. 4. You multiply by reciprocal, 4 over 3. Both sides, 4 over 3. I know that this is 1, and this is 4 times 4, 16 over 3. Do you understand the idea? Noela? Miss Oliveira, do you understand or no?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. It's clear. I need to understand. For me, it's important that you que you understand or you don't understand. You make a decision what way you prefer to do in the test. It's up to you. This is the beauty of the mathematics. We have you are doing correct everything, but you get the same answer. Okay? Any question? Any other question? No, no, no. Okay, let's move on to number 8. I am doing too fast or I am doing well? Remember, I am hyperkinetic, guys. Number 8. I see no beauty. No beauty. What part no beauty, Ingrid? A ver.
You're saying that this is the beauty of math. I don't see any beauty on math at all.
No. You know, the beauty is relative.
I know
what
you mean. But I don't find it cute. I find it confusing.
The thing you consider ugly, maybe for me is nice. It's totally relative. Okay. Suppose number 8. Number 8 is equation que contain 2 variables, x and y. And they want you solve for y. Okay. Okay, entonces okay, you put here solve for y. Okay, the y here, right? Well, first of all, remove the parentheses. 2x minus 6 plus 3y, just bring down. 5y, remove the parentheses again here. Minus 6 plus 10x. Okay, entonces now I try to bring everything that contains y, que es my interesting variable. I want to isolate. You bring to one side. Doesn't matter what side you prefer. I prefer maybe the right-hand side. For example, 5y stay here. They move 3y to the right-hand side. And 2x stay, minus 6 stay, just bring down. I move 6, negative, and 10 to the left, like that, plus 6, minus 10. Now ready to combine. Later. I can see, wow, amazing. Negative 6 and positive 6 is cancelled out. 2 minus 10 is negative 8x. And here we have 2y. 5 minus 3 is 2, positive 2. Finally, solve for y, divided by 2 both sides. And negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. X equal y. End the story. Noela, if you like that way, y is equal minus 4x. It's the same. Remember, in the equation, everything is interchangeable. Everything is interchangeable. Any question, guys? No? Wow. We are ready, almost we are ready to take the test, no? Remember, I planned the test 25th. But I don't know.
Question.
Go ahead.
It's not a question, but I have trouble. See, when we go forward here and we arrive to the answer, and sometimes the test could be the answer, and we need to go back, and that is when I have trouble.
Well, you have to practice. To fix it up situation, you practice. It's up the people, depending on the people. Some people need to do 50 problem.
I practice going forward, but I don't practice going backwards because there's no examples going backwards.
What do you call backward?
Like they give you the answer. You see how they give you the answer? Y equals negative 4x?
No. Okay.
Not in this one.
When you manipulate, depending the position that you put the the variable y, I bring to the right. So say now the y stay in the right hand side. But this answer is perfect. Everyone understands very well this and that direction. I emphasize this because Nuela asked me que si you put a y in the left hand side, professor. So in
No,
the
that doesn't
left hand
matter.
side, no, it doesn't matter. Pero I don't understand your point, Ingrid. What is the forward? What is the reversal? You
Yeah,
using
not
your
on this one. I'll show you when we get there.
okay,
No,
okay,
it's
okay,
not this
super.
one. It
Okay.
was on the first test.
Okay, okay. Okay. Let's move on to the next section inside the package. It's super easy. Graph the expression and write the interval notation. Okay, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Number one is x greater than 5. And the graph is given like that. Remember, this line represents all real numbers, positive infinity, negative infinity, 0 in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is our point, 5. And this is obvious que es to the right. Okay, you highlight like that. To the right. This continues forever. And of course, do not include the initial point, que 5, because I don't see. See, I see equal sign is bracket. But see, I don't see equal sign. In this case, we have no equal sign, is parentheses. And the interval notation.
And a hollow dot.
Professor, you are on mute. Professor, you are on mute.
You're right, you're right. I don't know why. Okay. I say, que I highlight from 5 to infinity, no? So one possibility to express the notation using parentheses is equivalent to put the circle open. It's the same. The parenthesis is equivalent circle open, and bracket is equivalent circle full or circle close. Open, close. This is the notation using in Alex. And this is my, well, not my, it's the most common notation on the paper. But it doesn't matter, I accept anyway. Entonces, the interval notation es paréntesis 5, infinity. This is the answer. So we have two answers, graphic and the interval notation. Any question? Super, no problema.
Yes,
Number
Professor,
two.
I have a question. For example, you told us we have like two ways to do it. We need, when we do the test on paper, what we supposed to use? The Alex form or this form?
Either way. I prefer my way. I prefer parenthesis bracket. But I accept any way. Any way is correct.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Okay, number two is similar. X greater than or equal to 0. The only difference is que it's equal. This is my old real number line again. Suppose que it's 0. Suppose que this point is 7. You highlight that part because it's greater than. It's easy to understand because this symbol look like arrow, and this arrow point to the right, no? But it's equal to includes. No, sorry, no. In 2 dimension is in 2D. The problem is now 1 dimension. And 1 dimension, no, we are not using solid and dotted. No, in 2 dimension, yes. When you have line solid or dotted in 2D, but in 1 dimension, no. In 1 dimension is parenthesis or bracket, no? In this case, bracket.
Or circle.
O circle full, Entonces, en the interval notation es bracket 7, infinity. Do you understand que I prefer that way? Because it's similar to the interval notation. Look. That's what mean. What mean what? What mean what? Ask me for the microphone. What mean what?
When I said solid,
No.
I
Okay,
meant the
have to
solid
sense it.
dot, Professor. I meant the solid dot, not that. That's a line. We're not talking about lines. We're talking about dots.
Okay. Let me summarize the idea. We are working in one dimension, 1D, right? And 1D, you highlight one portion, one interval inside the all real number line. And you need to specify what's going on, what's happening exactly, and the endpoint. Si incluye or do not include. Equal sign include bracket or this circle full. But dotted line or solid line make sense in two-dimension problems. So when you have a plane, the solution is like that, right? No, don't talking about dotted line, solid line, and 1D. 1D have no sense to talk about this. It's clear?
Well, I did not talk about lines. I talk about the solid dot.
Exactly. It's, in one dimension. Okay. In two dimension, we have a plane. The plane is 2D. We split the plane in one line, using one line. And this line is one dimension object, right? However, when you are doing the boundary, the dimension for the boundary is one less than the dimension for the plane. In two dimension, we have two dimensions. The boundary is one dimension because it's a line. Similar situation happen in one dimension. In one dimension, you highlight the yellow part. But the boundary, que es the part que connecting solution and non-solution, is a point. Que one point is one dimension object. And this is, sorry, and the point is zero dimension object. Maybe it's confusing, right? But this is not important. This is not important. The important is you understand what part you highlight and you put the bracket or parentheses, right? Right?
Right, Professor.
Okay. Okay, good. Number 3. Yeah, it's raining here. Number 3 is x less than 6. Remember, the question say the interpretation, the graphic representation. Do the graph. And also express the interval notation, no? This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's to the left. And of course, do not include the 6 as the endpoint because I don't see equal sign. So the interval notation representation is from negative infinity to 6. Any question?
Professor, you use the bracket when it's like, when it has the equal sign, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The convention is equal sign, bracket. No equal sign, parentheses.
Thank you, Professor.
Do you hear the rain?
No, Professor.
Okay, good. Very good. Number 4. Number 4 is x less than or equal minus 2. Infinity positive, infinity negative. 0 in the middle. -1, -2. Wow. Do you hear the rain?
Yes.
It's too heavy, eh?
Right, heavy.
Just in case, see it's raining too long time, I switch it to another place.
It's okay.
It's to the left. to the left because it's less than. Include a negative 2, yes. Or include. Right. And the interval notation is from negative infinity, comma, negative 2, parentheses.
Now your connection is getting bad, Professor.
Say again. Say again.
Your
You hear?
connection is getting bad, Professor. I didn't understand what you
Okay.
said.
Okay. The problem is here it's too heavy raining. Don't worry, I switch it to another room.
Okay, okay.
Now you are gone completely.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
the
is
weather is bad.
This is not the first time
South.
it happened. This is not the first time it happened.
Yes, it's raining hard.
Yeah. And your place where you are living is raining hard also. Or
No, it's not. It was raining, but
where are you living? Where are you living, Mister?
in Biscayne.
Ah, Biscayne. Wow.
I'm in Homestead. It's pouring down here.
Ah, okay. What part of Hunter, Ingrid?
I am by the school, Lincoln Marti School on 288, which is Biscayne Boulevard, around there.
Okay. I'm living in Lakeshore City.
Yeah, I cannot hardly hear you.
Okay, don't worry. Do you
So we're
understand?
neighbors. So we're neighbors, Professor.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, do you understand what the reason that we need a specific building for the college? No, this is a crazy situation. But we try, no? We try.
It's okay. Since you're my neighbor, I'm gonna go down, knock on your door, so you can tutor me.
Well, you need to pay me extra money for this job. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is solving. Okay, this is it's different. It's not too easy. You need to manipulate a little bit the inequality. You solve for y and after graphic and expressing interval notation. Okay. Let's do it. So says 2y is less than 4 minus 6. 2y is less than, this is negative 2, no? Divided by 2 both sides. Y alone is less than negative 1. Super. Now, let's represent graphically this idea. This is my famous all real number line. This is 0 in the middle. The number is negative 1. Okay, entonces less than negative 1 is to the left. I highlight that part. Of course, this continues forever, no? And do not include a negative 1 inside. And the way to indicate symbolic that idea is using parentheses. Entonces the answer que day 1 que yo express en interval notation is from negative infinity, comma, negative 1. End the story. Any question, guys? Super. We are the best. Oh no. Now stop raining now. Wow, amazing. Okay, let's wait in some minutes. Yes, I go back to my office. Okay, entonces number 6. Number 6 is 3 minus 4 parentheses y plus 2 greater than or equal to 6 plus 4 parentheses 2y plus 1. Okay, I copy right? Everyone have that document, right?
Right, Professor.
Bueno, I will remove the parentheses. Multiplication this. Okay, this is 3 minus 4y minus 8. Okay, good. 6 stay. I just bring down multiplication this in order to eliminate parentheses. 4y, 4 no ay plus 4. Okay, super. Okay, entonces mandatory, and the inequality is a little bit different to equation. And the equation you manipulate y to the left or to the right because it's completely interchangeable. However, in the inequality, no. And the inequality mandatory is you solve for y, you move y to the left, mandatory to the left, mandatory to the left. Okay, you combine like that. 3 minus 8 is 5, is negative 5. Minus 4y minus 5 greater than or equal, and 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 8y. The thing I tried to explain was que mandatory, you move the y, que is the variable que I want to isolate, to the left, not to the right. And we can do it in a different way, but it's complicated. So minus 4y, stay here, bring down, minus 8y, greater than or equal, 10 plus 5. Do you understand the thing I am doing?
Yes.
Okay, now combine. This is negative 12, y greater than or equal 15. Now this is the most important moment in this example. Divided by negative 12. Divided by negative 12. Why alone? Because negative 12. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's
Watch.
both are negative, so
Well, negative.
the sign flips.
Exactly. Very important. This detail. The sign is reversed when you divide or multiply by a negative number. And we have 15, negative 15, negative 15, negative 15, negative 15 over 12. Okay, we can reduce in lowest term. Let me see, 15 is 5 and 3, and 12
It's 5 over 4.
5 over 4. Entonces, exactly, the 3 is cancelled, 5 over 4 minus 5 over 4, minus 5 over 4. If you want to represent, well, if you want to represent graphically, I highly recommend que you express it in decimal, you put in a calculator at 1.25, no? 5 divided by 4, put in the calculator. Entonces, the representation is, this is the number line, infinity positive, infinity negative, 0 in the middle, this is 1, this is 2, and this is negative 1, sorry, and this is negative 2. Let me extend a little bit back to the other side. And negative 1.25 approximately here, the position here. It's in between negative 1 and negative 2, but close to negative 1 because this is 1.5 negative, and half of the half is 1.25. And you highlight because it's less than or equal that portion. Okay, to the left. Include 1.25 inside the solution? Yes. And what is the symbolic way to indicate this idea? Is using the bracket. And the answer is from negative infinity, and there is notation, parenthesis, negative infinity, comma, negative 1.25, or whatever you want to call, from negative infinity, comma, negative 5 over 4, in decimal or in fraction, it's the same. This is the solution, interval. Super. Okay. Do you follow me? Everyone follow me? Okay, I go to my office again because the raining is stopped raining. Unbelievable. Okay. In the office, I have better condition. No? Power supply. It's clear now, huh? It's clear now. Okay, so basically, in that part, we practice a little bit. One inequality. Ingrid. He said, no. What mean no, Ingrid? It's clear or it's no clear?
Somebody asked if the class was over. So I said, no, the class is not over.
No. The class is over at 12:30, you know.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
but I
I
saw
do
that
know.
you walked away, so I thought the class was over.
No, it's okay. I understand. So this class is recording. This is my time. It's start at 11:15 to 12:30. You participate one portion of the class. I understand. You know, this is online class. See, you cannot stay. Well, okay, I understand. You don't let me know. You left, and that's it. Okay. One more thing. Guys, everything is noise. I want only question
Professor,
about mathematics. I want question only about mathematics. This is the thing. Another thing you try to explain me after the class, your situation. This is by email. The rest is noise. Okay, number one of the third part. The third part is compound inequality. Now we have two inequality.
Excuse me, Professor. We had number 7
Number 7, let me see.
and 8.
I don't see number 7.
Yes, we did number 6.
But we have number 7. No number 7.
Yes,
no.
which is page 2.
Page 2. Oh, let me see. Yes, because I stapled wrong. Oh, no. Well, okay, yeah, you're right. No compound. 7 and 8. 7 and 8, you're right. Thank you, you always pay attention and correct me any mistake, okay? Number 7 is minus 2x minus 5 less than or equal to 25. Minus 25. Wow, too many negative. Uy. Well, okay. I can do that. Minus 2x less than or equal minus 25 plus 5. I move 5 to the other side. Again, raining. Guys, today is not our day. But okay. I continue. I never give up. Yeah. First of all, internet wrong. Secondly, raining. Start raining and now start raining again. So minus 2x less than or equal minus 20, no? Because 25 minus 25 plus 5 minus 20 divided by negative 2. Both sides. X is 10, no? It's positive 10, right? Because minus 20 divided by negative 2 is positive 10. And what happened with the sign? Stay the same or switch?
Flips.
Switching. Very well. Okay. Entonces, the solution is x greater than or equal 10. Day 1, can you represent graphically or no? Yeah. I can see the number line. You represent graphically. Infinity positive, infinity negative. I suppose 0 here. I suppose 10 here. So say include from 10 to infinity, to the right, not to the left, and include it inside the solution. So the way to indicate this is bracket. And the notation is bracket 10, infinity. Do you see in infinity and negative infinity, we never have a bracket. We always have parentheses. The reason is because infinity is no number. Infinity is a symbol that indicates also that this line continues forever in that direction, and you never reach. That is the reason that you never touch infinity. Super clear?
Yes.
Number 8. Minus 2/3. B. In this case, the variable is B. Minus 1/3. Greater than 1/2 B. Well, we can use it in the elimination for the fraction, no? We can use it in the elimination for the fraction. What is the least common denominator between 3 and 2?
6.
Absolutely perfect. It's 6. So you multiply the entire equation by 6. One big 6 can multiply everything. Multiply by 2/3, multiply by 1/3, and multiply by 1/2. Let's do it separately, one by one. Hey, putting off the microphone. Negative 2/3 times 6. Es obvio que es negative 4. Yes or no? Because 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 2 times 2 is negative 4. And negative 4 base. Putting off microphone, please. Guys, help me. Nuela. Off.
That's a B, not an H.
It's a what? It's a B, no?
It's a B.
It could
B
be.
looks like an H.
Okay. Look at H in your mind, but it's B. It's a B, and this is H. You see the difference? Putting off microphone. Putting off microphone, please. What happened today, guys? Okay. Okay. Now we continue multiplication. Multiplication. Negative 1/3, que es el second multiplication, times 6, ¿no? Es obvio que es negative 2. Because 6 divided by 3 is 2. It's negative. Entonces, negative 2b. No negative 2 only, no b. We have no b. Greater than 1/2, positive half, times 6 is 3. 3b. Do you understand the manipulation for this inequality? I don't finish, of course, but I clear a fraction. What should I do? Remember, don't forget, the variable is b, put in the left, mandatory to the left. The minus 4b stay here, bring down. Minus 3b greater than 2. This is the correct manipulation. You put b in the right, you are in trouble. No trouble. Now we combine minus 7b greater than 2. Finally, divided by minus 7 both sides. B alone is less than, reverse it, flip it, inequality, negative 2/7. 2/7 is expressed like a fraction. You put in my calculator, 2 division 7 is 0.28 approximately. No? It's approximately, approximation, negative 0.285. It's almost 29. Okay, entonces, to do the sketch of this, approximately, you know, because it's graphically, suppose this is 0, and this is negative 1, and this is positive 1. Entonces negative 0.2, approximately, using my common sense and my imagination, is approximately that. Because you split this in 10 parts, each part is 0.1, and 2 parts 0.2. Suppose this number is located here. Entonces to the left, and to the left is in that direction. And of course, no bracket, parentheses. The answer in interval notation is from negative infinity, comma, negative 2/7. Parentheses and parentheses. Something like that. Okay, one good recommendation when you have fractions and you want to visualize the graphic part is convert to decimal, because decimal is more clear to see the position and on the line. Okay? Very good or very bad?
Good, Professor.
Okay. And your internet now is right, Nuela?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. This is totally understandable. Okay. Let's move on to the inequality. No? Inequality is another section. Inequality now, Natasha, is 2 two inequalities separated by conjunction, maybe and maybe or. And you need to understand very, very, very well the differences between and or. Temporary, you graphing both separately. This is the blue, the green, this is the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 1 I supposed to get. So this inequality is the blue. Is from 5, not include 5, to the left. And doing this auxiliary construction because I don't want highlight directly on the line. No. Because I don't know exactly what happened with the final answer. But this is one auxiliary construction to help me to understand a little bit what is the and connection. And the blue and the green, sorry, F negative 1 for bracket here because it's equal. And it says to the right. My question is, what is the intersection? Remember, and means intersection. Intersection means common part. Common part que both intervals, blue and green, overlap. In your opinion, what is the overlap? My opinion, the overlap is and include negative 1 because it's equal and do not include 5 because it's not equal. Entonces, the other notation, the interval notation is bracket negative 1, comma 5. Be careful. This is parenthesis. Sorry, this is parenthesis. Parenthesis. Wow, parenthesis. It's extremely important. When you write the interval notation, you put lower first and upper second. So one incorrect part is you copy like that, 5, negative 1. No, because 5 is the upper bound and negative 1 is the lower bound. Okay, this is the typical idea for the interval. You put the lower, you put the upper, and you separate by a comma. Inside here, maybe parenthesis or bracket. It depends on the problem. Okay? Question. You understand or no? Okay, guys. Entonces now, one more and that's it. One more and that's it. Number 2. This is the last one, I promise. Number 2. Number 2 is x greater than or equal to and x less than minus 3.
Since you already explained an and, can you explain an or, like number 5 or 4?
Yeah. We remember we are doing the review. The review
okay.
We are doing sequentially. Number 1, number 2, number 3. So when you get or, you see the difference, right? But I can explain now if you want. The difference between and or is, let me see, and or. Suppose that we have two intervals, blue and green. And green. And this is their position. And the and is that part. The intersection. The common part. The part that both intervals touch. Okay? Intersection. Intersection. This is the idea for that. Or no. Or is union. And union means both together and not necessarily repetition the common, guys. Suppose again, the same situation. We have one interval blue. We have one interval green. and is, or sorry, is everything together. It's like a plus. And that part gets common. You count only one time. And suppose, technically, suppose that this number is negative 10, suppose that this number is positive 10, this number is negative 1, this number is positive 1. The and is from negative 1 to positive 1. I don't know si es bracket o paréntesis. Bueno, es suppose que es bracket. In this case, negative 10, this is positive 10, and the union is from negative 10 to positive 10. Suppose bracket or paréntesis, doesn't matter. Ingrid.
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Much better.
Okay.
That was a
stop.
good example.
Stop. No more. That's raining heavy now. We continue. Remember, number 2 of the first compound inequality. Number 2 is the next day, Thursday. We start for number 2 of the compound inequality. Okay, guys. Too much for one day. Complicated day. Bye bye.
Professor, I have a question. Professor, I want to know if, for example,
I don't hear.
Professor, I have a question.
Okay.
Actually, I have 2 questions, but I'm going to ask them. Okay. Professor, if we have a good grade on our math, we don't need to do the final, right?
No, I don't understand. Okay.
Hello? Can you hear me, guys? I don't know if it's my internet or the professor's.
No, I can hear you clearly. I can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's professor internet. It's really bad today.
Yeah, it is. It's probably because of the rain and his internet.
Okay, so do you know if, for example, if we have like a good grade on math, we can like, we don't do the final, right?
To be honest, I don't know the answer to that question. I'll
Okay.
be very honest with you. I think the course is designed in a way that you have to take the final, I think. That's just what I believe.
Okay, thank you so much.
But you can ask him. You can still ask him if he comes back. I think he didn't leave yet, so.
Well, I am here again. What is your point?
Okay, Professor, I have 2 questions to ask you. First, I want to know if we have like a good grade on math, we don't do the final, right, Professor?